Construction companies build skyscrapers, highways, hospitals, and entire neighborhoods worth millions, even billions of dollars. So they must be making huge profits, right? Not exactly. A construction company can complete a $100 million project and still earn surprisingly little. Because construction isn't just about building structures, it's about managing costs, controlling risk, and turning thin margins into long term success. So, how do construction companies actually make money? Long before the first shovel touches the ground, construction companies are already investing time and money. They study blueprints, estimate costs, calculate labor, contact suppliers, and prepare competitive bids. Winning a project doesn't begin at the construction site. It begins with making the right decisions before any work ever starts. Every construction project begins with a competition. Multiple companies often bid for the same job, but only one wins the contract. Bid too high and the client chooses someone else. Bid too low, and the company might win the project, but lose money. The goal isn't simply to submit the cheapest price, it's to submit the smartest one. Not every construction project works the same way. Some companies specialize in building homes, while others focus on offices, hospitals, factories, and skyscrapers. Residential projects are usually smaller and finish faster. Commercial projects take much longer, require larger teams, and involve far more money and risk. Most large construction companies don't do every job themselves. Instead, the general contractor manages the entire project, while specialized subcontractors handle electrical work, plumbing, roofing, concrete, HVAC, and many other trades. The general contractor's biggest job isn't swinging a hammer, it's coordinating hundreds of moving pieces into one successful project. Winning the contract feels like a victory, but it also starts the biggest challenge. The moment the agreement is signed, the construction company becomes responsible for delivering the entire project on time, on budget, and to the client's expectations. From this point forward, every decision can either protect the company's profit or slowly erase it. Many people assume construction companies get paid before they spend money. In reality, it's often the opposite. Before the first payment arrives, companies may already be buying materials, transporting equipment, preparing the site, and paying workers. Construction companies must invest first and earn later. Once construction begins, materials quickly become one of the company's biggest expenses. Steel, concrete, lumber, glass, pipes, wiring, roofing, and countless other supplies must arrive at exactly the right time. Buying too early ties up cash. Buying too late delays the entire project. Every delivery affects both the schedule and the company's profit. Construction equipment is one of the biggest investments a company makes. Cranes, excavators, bulldozers, loaders, and trucks cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. But whether they're digging foundations or sitting idle, they continue costing the company money through financing, maintenance, insurance, storage, and depreciation. Keeping expensive equipment productive is essential for staying profitable. Buildings don't build themselves. Behind every project are skilled workers whose experience determines both the speed and the quality of construction. For most construction companies, labor is one of the largest expenses. Every productive hour creates value, while every wasted hour quietly reduces profit. Construction companies don't just manage money, they manage time. Every extra day on a project means paying workers longer, renting equipment longer, and delaying the next job. Finishing safely and efficiently allows the company to move on to new projects, creating more opportunities to earn revenue throughout the year. Unlike a retail store that gets paid immediately, construction companies usually receive money in stages. As the project reaches major milestones, the client releases progress payments. That means the company must carefully manage cash flow for months before receiving the full contract value. A profitable construction company can still run into trouble if it runs out of cash. Workers need to be paid every week, suppliers expect payment, equipment keeps costing money, and new projects require fresh investment. Profit matters, but healthy cash flow keeps the business operating every single day. Construction rarely goes exactly as planned. Bad weather, delayed deliveries, labor shortages, permit issues, or unexpected site conditions can slow everything down. While progress stops, Expenses usually don't. Every delay costs time, money, and sometimes the company's entire profit margin. Safety isn't just about protecting workers. It's also one of the smartest financial investments a construction company can make. Fewer accidents mean fewer delays, lower insurance costs, better productivity, and stronger client confidence. Every safe workday protects both people and profit. Construction projects rarely stay exactly the same from start to finish. Clients often request design changes, additional features, or upgraded materials after construction has already begun. These are called change orders. When managed correctly, they can increase a project's value. But if handled poorly, they can quickly become expensive problems. Finishing one successful project often leads to the next. Clients remember companies that deliver quality work, meet deadlines, and solve problems professionally. In construction, reputation becomes one of the most valuable business assets. A strong reputation brings repeat clients, referrals, and larger opportunities without constantly searching for new customers. Winning a new client takes time and money. But when a satisfied customer comes back with another project, the construction company spends less on marketing, less on bidding, and starts working much faster. Over time, repeat clients often become one of the company's most valuable sources of profit. As construction companies grow, success depends on more than skilled workers and heavy equipment. They build systems that help every project run smoothly, from estimating and scheduling to purchasing, accounting, quality control, and communication. Strong systems allow the company to complete more projects with fewer mistakes, increasing profits year after year. Many successful construction companies don't rely on just one type of project. Instead, they build homes, offices, warehouses, schools, hospitals, roads, and industrial facilities. By serving different industries, they reduce risk and create multiple sources of income throughout the year. Almost every large construction company started small. One truck, a handful of tools, and a few trusted workers were enough to begin. As each successful project generated profit, the company reinvested in better equipment, hired more employees, expanded its fleet, and took on larger projects. Growth wasn't instant. It happened one project at a time. Not every construction company works for someone else. Some companies become developers, purchasing land, financing projects, building properties, and then selling or leasing them for profit. Instead of earning only a construction fee, they can benefit from the long-term value of the entire development. Construction isn't usually won or lost by the size of the crane or the number of workers. The biggest difference is management. Companies that carefully control budgets, schedules, quality, communication, and risk consistently outperform those that don't. In construction, great management quietly becomes great profit. Today's construction companies aren't just using hammers and excavators. They're using drones, 3D building models, GPS-guided equipment, AI-powered planning software, and digital project management systems. These technologies reduce costly mistakes, improve efficiency, and help companies complete projects faster with greater accuracy. Construction companies don't make money simply by pouring concrete or raising steel. They succeed by managing people, materials, equipment, time, technology, and risk, all while delivering projects that clients trust. Every skyscraper, neighborhood, bridge, and hospital begins with careful planning and smart business decisions. In the end, the most successful construction companies aren't just building structures. They're building lasting value.